This morning, the first veteran speaker is Bisol. Aaron served 5.5 years in the Airborne Infantry in the 173rd Airborne Brigade combat team in Vicenza, Italy. He was a recipient of 2 Army Commendation Medals, Meritorious Unit Commendation, Valorous Unit Award, Afghanistan Campaign Medal with 2 campaign stars, and Expert Infantry badges, and a Parachutist badge. He's currently seeking a bachelor's degree in Logistic Operations Management at Truckee Meadow Community College, where he is a graduate of the Veteran Mentorship Program and Veteran Leadership Academy. Please join me in welcoming Aaron Bisol.
Thank you, Richard. I think he covered most of my speech, but I'll still speak for you guys. First, I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to attend this event today. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with who I am, my name is Aaron Bisol. I'm a student at Truckee Meadows Community College pursuing my bachelor's degree in Logistics Operations Management and a student employee at the Veteran Resource Center. John C. Maxwell, an author, speaker, and pastor, once said, "Life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you." This quote perfectly illustrates my outlook today. Making choices in the military was easy, especially because at first I didn't get to make any of the choices. However, after a short time in my unit, the 173rd Airborne Brigade combat team, I was trusted to make decisions for myself and others. I learned as a sergeant that my decisions either led to a success or a failure. Fast forward to today, and it may seem that I have a good grasp on the process of making decisions. I've been able to maintain a 4.0 GPA even after finishing my math requirements. I've recently purchased a home and got engaged to a wonderful woman. I've been able to achieve many of my goals ahead of my own schedule. Yet not too long ago, I could paint a very different picture. My transition from the Army was not easy. During my time with the 173rd, we went through 2 very demanding combat deployments. Many of my fellow soldiers never returned from combat, and the rest of us seemed to leave a little of ourselves back in Afghanistan, even though we made it back. During these deployments, I truly learned the meaning of personal responsibility, the value of teamwork, and the positive influence others can have on the success of the mission. These lessons would help shape my view of success later in life, especially in my academic career. However, during the beginning of my transition into civilian life, I seemed to lose sight of these important themes. I lost sight of the value of my decisions. I thought I'd be able to handle things on my own, that I didn't need help accomplishing my goals. I allowed myself to feel that false sense of pride that spoke to me and said, I don't need help from anyone, and I could fix this all by myself, even though at times I felt like I was suffocating from my problems. I can look back now and see my mistakes and learn from them. Eventually, I reached out for help, and in that moment, something amazing happened. I was able to apply that personal responsibility I learned during my 2 deployments, again in my life. I saw the value of teamwork and how asking for help was not a weakness, but a strength. I was able to see the meaning in the mistakes I made by learning very valuable lessons. I finally took advantage of the many benefits veterans are given through the VA, the DAV, educational benefits, the TMCC Veteran Resource Center, the Reno Vet Center, and from many other organizations. And after a long streak of making good decisions, I decided that I was going to give back to some of these organizations that helped me when I was in need. And because of all this, I felt engaged in the community. But this event today is not about me. All of us veterans here today have made this transition, and many others will soon. Your story and my story, or your story and their story, may be quite different from mine, yet all our stories will share some similar characteristics. We all need help at some point along the way. We all had to rediscover our place in this community, and some of us are still working on that integration. This rediscovery of our place in the community is not always easy. That is why this event is so valuable for me. It is a step towards becoming actively engaged in the community. It can be hard work to reorganize life into something meaningful again, and it all begins with that first choice. And after a few good decisions will follow a few good achievements. And when you are met with challenges along the way, remember that you are not defined by the challenges you face, but by your choices you make during these challenges. The choices you make you. and I know the choices I make today decide who I become tomorrow. Thank you.